Yo, peeps, what's going on? Before we hop into it, I just want to say I had a different video planned. I was talking positive about Mason Plumlee's triple-double. I was talking positive about Dennis Smith Jr. and Big Stu playing all really well against the Pelicans, but this changes everything. Let's hop right into it.
Oh, this is Rick Mahorn, the bad boy, giving a shout out to my man Drew, Detroit Drew. Make sure you tune in on his YouTube channel, Detroit Drew, bad boy.
What's going on, peeps? I don't know what the hell that was, but I'm gonna try to make this short and sweet, man. I gotta take the Browns to the Super Bowl, if you know what I mean. But Blake Griffin and the Detroit Pistons have mutually agreed to part ways, and this is huge. Once the Derrick Rose trade went down, I knew it was a matter of time, and it was a handful of days for Blake Griffin to go to the front office and be like, get me the hell out of here. This is going to be very hard for the Pistons. What's going to happen is for the next couple of games, Blake's not going to play. He won't be part of the rotation. Maybe he sits on the sideline. I doubt it. It sounds like his time with the Detroit Pistons is all but over. I don't know if he'll be in training camp talking to the boys. Whatever. I don't know what's going to happen in the timetable. All I know is Blake's not going to play. The question is, will the Pistons be able to find a trade partner? Blake Griffin has said he wants to play meaningful basketball games. So that means he wants to go to a contender or a borderline, if not playoff team. Could we see something similar where we trade him to a team like the Knicks? Obviously, it won't be the Knicks because the Knicks probably won't be in this deal. But a team that's, right on the hump of either just being on the outside of the playoffs and the play-in tournament or the final spot, the 8th seed. I don't know what's going to happen. That's either going to happen if we can find a trade like that, or what's going to happen is the Pistons are talking to Blake's agents, discussing a buyout. Because that's probably going to be the best bet. You're not going to get a whole lot in return, and, you want to treat Blake Griffin right. And what I mean by that is you don't want to send him to, like, Minnesota. That's the worst team out west. Or trade him to, like, Washington. That's technically worse than us. Treat Blake right. If you can't find a good deal, buy him out. I mean, at the end of the day, if there's a trade package that comes through where you get a first rounder, you take it because, quite frankly, I don't see it happening. But thank you, Blake Griffin, before I get too far away in this, because he never asked to come here. He signed a deal with the Clippers to retire a Clipper, have his jersey retired, a Clipper. Got traded a couple months later to Detroit, where we didn't have a whole lot going for us. His first full year here, we have a new head coach in Dwayne Casey who made the playoffs. He had his best year of his career. Numbers across the board were at an all-time high. He was all-NBA. He was an all-star and got the Pistons back to the playoffs. And then his body just betrayed him. And he never bitched. He never complained. He embraced Detroit. He embraced the fans. And he tried making the best out of it. So I don't want to just send him off to a piss-poor franchise where they're just going to run him into the ground and he'll never get healthy and never win anything. I really want to see Blake go somewhere good and where he's going to be appreciated and maybe not really be relied on as the number one or even the number two guy. A team like Brooklyn would probably treat Blake pretty well, where he doesn't have to play every night, but in the times where KD or Harden or Kyrie's out, his role gets increased. Plus, they don't play defense there anyway. Why not add a guy who can play make? They need more playmaking. So I'm sure we'll probably buy him out. If we do a trade, it will be to a playoff team. There's a couple of teams that are interested in him, but they're not going to give us a whole lot in return. So don't expect anything huge. If we could have got like a Dennis Smith Jr. and a second for him, I will be perfectly cool with a trade like that. I'm just so thankful for everything he's done for this. I'm kind of disappointed that, we couldn't make a better team in 2018 around him where, we could have actually done some damage. But there's not a whole lot I can do to change that. We just got to look at the future. So now, whenever Sekou gets back, he'll be having more minutes. Sadiq Bey, he's been going off. He's going to get more minutes. Josh Jackson's minutes are going to go up. So it's looking good for the young guys. And at the end of the day, that's who we're building around. We're going to be building around Killian and Sadiq and Isaiah Stewart. Those are the guys we're going to be using as our core. So if Blake's not going to be part of that, it sucks. But we have to do what's best for business. I know a lot of you guys are attached to Blake. Hell, I am. Blake was one of my favorite players to watch, even before he came to the Pistons. So to say that I had Derrick Rose and Blake on the same team is kind of crazy. I just wish it would have translated to more. So at the end of the day, it sucks. But like I said, we have a different direction, a different plan. And this is something the Pistons needed to do after the 04 team got old and we had AIs. We needed to tear it down. We've never done that. And now that the Pistons are doing that, yeah, it's going to suck for the next 2 or 3 years. But after that 2 or 3 years, we're going to be right back to where we were, fighting for the playoffs and getting better. So I'm excited for the future. I know, like I said, it's a little dark and a little grimy right now, but you have to look at we're one of the worst teams in the NBA. We're going to have a high draft pick. There's a ton of great players in this draft that I absolutely love and cannot wait to get one of these great guys. And plus with Troy Weaver, you never know if we're going to get 1 draft pick or 4. So just stay patient with Troy. I trust Troy. I like everything he's done with the young guys in terms of this. And then once we get Blake off the books, we're going to have a lot more money to spend in free agency, which this free agency, there's a lot of good free agents. So we're going to have some game plans here to do. Plus, after this one, Plumlee, DeLon Wright, Wayne Ellington, a lot of these older veteran players that are playing really well right now are going to probably be traded, or at least heavily discussed trade deadline. So this is just one of the bigger dominoes to fall, but it's going to set off a chain reaction in terms of the Detroit Pistons. So I'm excited. Hopefully Blake goes somewhere good. I'll still be rooting for him. I'm never going to say anything bad about Blake Griffin because he's never said anything bad about Detroit. Just thank you for being so professional about it and embracing Detroit. I will forever hold you in a high regard and wish you the best of your future endeavors, and hopefully you'll get a ring, big man. But that being said, let me know what you guys think about this news. Where do you want Blake Griffin to go? What do you want in return? Do you think we could trade him? Do you think we're going to buy him out? Leave all your thoughts, comments, questions, concerns below, and I'll get to all of them. Instagram, Twitter, DSM members, all in the description. Check it all out, and I will see you guys in the next one. And that's the bottom line, because Detroit Drew said so. Peace.